Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Janette Oakman, artist again. Today I've been out shopping and I've brought some from Wilco's, some chunky multicolour crayons. As you can see, there's lots of lovely colours in there. They cost £2 a pack, and I saw these and I thought, well, let's have a go and see if we can use this on the encaustic art. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Beautiful different shades in there. I'm a pink and purple girl, so I'm going to go for this pack first. Let's get them out. Even better. I'll just put these over there for now. Nice big chunky ones, as the name implies. So first of all, I'm going to try using my craft iron. So I'll just turn this on first. I always use it on that side. Didn't realise there was a difference. Right, so I've just got that on the low temperature for now. You can see in there, low. So we'll let that heat up. I will be using my Waxmaster tool as well, but I haven't turned that on yet, obviously, because I'm touching it. Because I wanted to try using the iron first. I always like to put a bit of cardboard underneath when I'm working. Probably notice that in all my videos. So this is going to be interesting. Just waiting for this to heat up a little bit before we have a go. I'm interested to see if we lose all the different colours, if they're just all going to blend in together or not. But even if they did end up doing that, this is so much cheaper than when you buy the encaustic art wax. You know, this is quite expensive. So if there's a cheaper alternative, especially a nice big fat block like this, then that would be absolutely brilliant. So let's give it a go and see what happens, shall we? So we can definitely see all the colours on the iron, as you can see there. So let's just see what happens when we put that on the card. Ooh. Didn't expect to see that colour there, but there is darker colours in there. So I'm going to put a little bit more on to get a good coverage. Yes, you definitely are seeing other colours in there as well. I really like that. So now I'll just stick with this one for now. Put a little bit more on. I'm always looking, in case you haven't noticed, for cheaper alternative ways of doing crafts, because they're just so expensive. Well, this is pretty good. And it works well. You can still do all the same effects. That you do with the other wax. I'd say that is a little glorified success. Just clean off my iron. Again, I just use very cheap kitchen towel for doing that. I've seen people using cloth, but I'm not quite sure. I don't think I'd want to put wax covered things in my washing machine. I'm definitely not going to do it by hand. So let's see if that buffs up the same. as what it would with the Encaustic art wax. We just give that a bit of a rub. Oh yes, definitely is. You definitely see the shine coming up there. So you can see how much that's shining. I really like it actually, because it really has shown lots of different colours there within it. So let's try another one. Let's try the purple, which is a lot darker. The darkness of the purple, take it away from lilac and it looks like black, brown or black. It's a very dark colour, it's hard to tell. So again, well, that looks really milky, doesn't it? I don't know, I'm watching this on my telly as I'm filming, and it looks like a dark purple, but it's actually more a lavender colour for me in real life. Tell you what, let's put some blue at the bottom. I'm not going to clean the iron, I'm just going to put it over the top. Because I've got a feeling I'll probably end up rubbing them together anyway. Yes, you can definitely see the different shades in there. Really like that. Ooh, that's really good. Happy with that. Just clean the iron off. When you're cleaning the iron, you have to make sure you get all this bit as well, because if not, that will get into your next piece of artwork. I'll just buff this up a little bit. Again, you can see how that shined up perfectly. Which way would you have it? So that's them two. So now let's try, we'll try this lovely yellow, orange, beige and a little bit darker orange. There's a few different colours in this one. So let's see how this one comes out. You can see on the iron all the different colours. Do it in the middle this time. Yay. And this one is yellow, lime green, and then that dark orangey, beigey colour as well. Yeah, a nice sunset using this. prefer working on the bigger card than the smaller card. Right. And now I'm going to put a little bit of blue along that top bit. So I'm just going to put it on this side of the iron. Sexy stripes all one. Ooh. It's got a bit greeny. If you wanted to put a stamp on there or something, it would be quite good, that would be. A tip for you, I always rip off lots of sheets of paper before I start working, so that I'm not chasing a roll of kitchen roll around the floor. Okay. I'm just going to get that one like that for now. Now, in a piece, I'm going to put these ones back, and then we can see what these ones are like in a set. Oops, sorry, hit the camera then, didn't mean to. You'll be going round in your kids' craft boxes, won't you? Pinching all their crowns after this. There you go. It's got a messy work area here, never mind. I usually put a carrier bag next to me, and I don't know why, but I didn't today. Right, so we've got this lovely green one. So you've got lime green, slightly darker, and then you've got the blue as well. I'm just going to cover the whole card with it this time. It's a shame when you have to lose them lines. By the time it gets down there, it's a little bit lost, unless I just need a bit more. Might have been better if I put a board underneath, actually. Alright, let's carry on working this and see what happens. I wanted this one to look like foliage a little bit more. I love the effect when you do that. Do you? Beautiful effect. If you look at this, these are my noisy neighbours. really is lovely. I really like that. I can really feel the ridges in that as I'm running it. Did I shine that one? Yeah, I did. Okay, so that is that one. And now, card. See all these packs and they say like you get like 100 cards and things like this. Trust me, it don't take you long to use that many. I'm actually really interested to see how this one goes. Here you've got a silvery grey, black and white. So this is going to be interesting. See if I can... Right. Remember, you know, this does get very hot, these irons, so you do have to be careful. So instead of ironing, I'm going to dab. You see, when I do that, it still ends up one colour. Quite gothic, this one, isn't it? Do some very dramatic effects with this one. The artistic me's coming out now. I love the way that this has gone. I'm going to put a bit more colour on. I really like that. I'm going to turn this off now. Right, so this is turned off, but I shall bear in mind the fact that it's going to stay hot for a while. I'm now going to turn this one on. I'm going to start it off on 2 because it takes a while for it to heat up. But while that's heating up, what do you think? Give it a bit of a rub. Like lots of little veins there, like what you get in a leaf. You could really play with this one. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, what I'm going to use this time, I have seen lots of videos where people are using Crayola crayons. Now, unfortunately, I spoke to my friend earlier who also does encaustic art, and I said to her, you know, have you ever used Crayola crayons, which she hadn't. But she said that she had heard that the best way to get the wrappers off is actually to put the crayons in the freezer. Unfortunately, I thought I was clever and I wouldn't have to, but you know what, it actually takes ages trying to get them wrappers off. So I shall try that one out tonight. Again, I brought these in Wilco today, a box of 24, and they cost me £1. So again, you know, when you look at all the beautiful colours that you've got there, that's an amazing assortment of colours. You wouldn't even get it for a tenner if you was buying the ordinary encaustic art, that amount of wax. So it is a much cheaper way of working if you can work well with it. So I'm just going to like it to be a little bit warmer first. So what I thought I'd do is I'd introduce a little bit of colour using this Waxmaster tool. I have already done a video using this. I wasn't talking though, and I showed that it actually comes with 3 different heads, which are hidden under all the rubbish somewhere. Let's throw the rubbish on the floor like a naughty woman so I can see what I'm looking at. I thought I had them on here, the other heads. Unfortunately, I actually didn't get on that well with the other heads, to be quite honest. Oh, there they are. So the other ones in the set, when you buy it, is this one. I'm going to hold it up to the camera a bit more. Can you see it's lots of strands of metal, and it's actually quite hard to get them to do what you want to do. And another one is this one, which I've seen a lot of people work with quite successfully. I had a little bit of fun with it, and I think with the experience, yeah, I probably would get on well with that. This tool, which is a bit iron shaped, it's quite hard sometimes to create different effects when you're using the big iron. So by using the little iron, you feel like you've got a bit more control. So if you could only buy one or the other, I think I'd probably be tempted to have just brought this one, because not only is it easier, but you've also got the other heads as well. So anyway, mind you, saying that though, but an iron, you can take the handle off, turn it upside down with a plate coming upwards, and then it's a hot plate. So it's about what you want to do really with it. But anyway, so let's have a go using a bit of Crayola paint. Let's have a moon kind of colour. So let's go for white. I'm going to see what the white's like. So ideally we'd take the wrapper off first, but oh, look at that. That melts very quickly. Melted very, very quickly actually. Wasn't expecting to melt that quickly. And you can create all the same effects that you can with the iron. You see that? Just brought the moon out a little bit more. So let's have a little bit of red down here. I mean, I love it when you see them black and white pictures. They've got a little bit of red in them. So let's just, I'm using my artistic license quite a lot here. I'm just going to introduce just a little bit of red over here. That red tinge. Now that this bit is dry, I'm going to put just a little bit of yellow. I don't want it to go too yellowy. I don't think it will actually, but I don't want it to look like a sun. I wanted it to look more like a moon than a sun. I'm going to try and make it blend in with the white a little bit more. The other day, when I was doing another video, I'll put this one aside for now. I'll take individual pictures afterwards. I created this. This has got Brusho shimmer spray underneath, acrylic shimmer spray, and then using this head and the proper Encaustic art wax, I created these little flowers. So now I'm going to see if I can create the same using the other paints that we have here. So first off, I'm going to use the let's use the pink so it's similar colours. So using the Encaustic art on this background was an experiment. I wanted to see if it was going to work or not. Just give it a little rocking motion. I want to create petals more, a bit more. Okay, I'm going to have to See, sometimes you're actually better off actually melting it onto the paper. I think we'd be here till it doesn't seem to be getting hot enough to do that. But no worries. If I remember rightly, I think this was very much like this as well. So it could just be the background. So I'll use an ordinary bit of card in a minute so we can find out. All these flowers live in my imagination anyway. Let's put that aside, get another bit of card. Right. This is the proper Encaustic cards that I'm using here, by the way. So I'll just put one more there. It takes some mastering using these tools, but I think in the long run they'd be worth it. So put a little bit of green on. Let's use this green first. Now I'm wondering, actually, let's try two different things here. So if I put the wax directly onto the card, I've got quite a bit on there. Let's see what happens when I put the heat on it. It does melt it. You probably need it a lot thicker. Let's try this one on this side. Oh gosh. This is actually a lot harder to colour in with. I need something harder underneath what I'm drawing, really. Something that's not covered in ridges. Hang on. There you go. A good old drawing pad sitting there waiting. There you go. It's fun to colour with, because as you're colouring you can see all the different colours coming out. So I tell you what, let's try a few other colours as well. Yeah, what's it matter? What's it matter? What I like about these experiments is when you try out new things like this, when you actually go to do a piece of artwork properly, you've got an idea of what to expect of the materials that you're using or the tools that you're using. You know, it could be that you see it's like this and that's just something you wanted to colour in, and you've got loads of crowns, you're thinking of doing crown, but it's really hard to get a nice even texture. You know, it might be that this is the way forward for you. I've never spent so much time in my life ironing since I brought like 20 Encaustic art. See, what that does is that blends it in nicely. You know, I'm just mucking about here. You know, I'm not trying to be Miss Crown colouring in 2017. I'm looking to see how things work together. A bit of a mess. But the answer to that question is yes, you can actually put crayon onto the card first and then go over it. And if you can, let's put the iron back on. That's the one. So I've put the iron back on because I thought, let's see what happens after you've done that, you know. So while that's heating up, I'm going to turn this one off. And these things do take a while to cool down, so you know, do be careful. Especially if you've got little kids around you wanting to take part. So let's just put an assortment of loads of different colours on. In the old colours. All these colours are very similar. Let's add some dramatic. I'll make sure I've got a good layering of colour first before I put that iron on it. And I don't know if it'll make any difference whatsoever, but then I'm going to do zigzaggy white across the top. Right, okay, so now as you can see, lots of different colour on there, some quite thick. Now I'm just going to iron it. Actually, I'll do it from the light colour to the black. And about you folks, that's not really doing much for me. I think you'd have to have that on for quite a while to do that. Well folks, we've learnt something new today. There. And if you look at the iron, there's hardly any colour on the iron. So you really do need to put the wax onto the iron first. You really do need to do that. Because when you put it onto the iron first, okay, so I'm not as clever as I think I am sometimes. The iron actually wasn't on warm enough. Sorry about that. Which one I was just using? Oh, there it is. So let's give this a proper chance and dry this properly. Heat this properly. There you go, just let it click. Okay, so now it's, you can manipulate it. It's not as good as when you put it on directly on the iron. Not as good at all. Very disappointing when you do it that way. You know, when you do it this way, look. Have some yellow, orange, red, blue, pink, all them beautiful colours all at once, and then go yay. See? You've got all them colours on there. Much better way of doing it than doing it that way. That way does not work. This way does. So, we've had a little bit of fun there. Still got some paint on here. Add a little bit more. Not sure if I can remember what way we put them. I quite like using the Crayola actually. Look at that. Ooh, beautiful. I've got some more colour here, so I'm going to carry it on. I really like that. What a beautiful effect. It's a real sunset going on there. Turn that off. There you go. So let's buff this one up, because we didn't buff this one up. So that's like that. And then you got this one. Which way would you have it? Would you have it that way? Or would you have it that way? Looks like it's coming in 4 sections. Look at that. It's beautiful. You could put some nice stampers on there, couldn't you? So there you are. There's our little experiment. Yes, these work really well. The chunky multicoloured wax crayons and Crayola as well. If I had to choose which ones I had to play with, if I could only play with one, I would definitely go with Crayola because of the colour choice. And I think that they're so vibrant, beautiful. Better than I've been able to achieve with my other encaustic wax ones. So thank you for watching. I shall put up so you can see these ones individually, what they came out like. You know, you could put a lovely message on that. Beautiful. Yeah, they definitely get the thumbs up from me. It's a shame you don't see all the different splodges of colour, but that could just be a case of trial and error, you know, where you get a nice surprise every now and again. But at the end of the day, they're a lovely size to hold. They're a hell of a lot cheaper than using this. £2 for 5 thick blocks like that is jolly good value for money. Yep, definitely a thumbs up from me. So I hope you've enjoyed this little experiment of mine. Bye.